Hi, good Sunday afternoon, everybody. My name is Marilyn Wilbur with Untamed Spirit Gallery, and I'm here with Charlie Roy. And he's one of our, I've never met him before up till now, other than when I did my call to artist um, advertisement on Facebook. He's one of the participants. So I'm excited to see some of his art because I got a sneak peek, and you guys are going to love it. So um, anyway, we'll go ahead and get started because we've got lots to do. Charlie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Oh, my favorite topic.
I know, right?
Well, I have lived in Burns pretty much my entire life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool.
I think I moved here when I was 4.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and this is the first time I've ever done anything with my art outside of uh character design. Or I did a couple of uh book covers and stuff like that. I did a video game, but nothing like putting it into an art show. And I was like, well, I should do it. Just do it.
Why not? I mean, that's you never know unless you try, right?
Right, yeah. And for the most part, it's I've just done it as like a hobby, and then I want to do more with it. So,
Well, what's your
um,
full-time gig right now? What do you do for to
uh,
pay the bills, so to speak?
right, right. So I'm actually a PSW coordinator, so personal support worker, PSW,
Uh-huh.
and I'm also a case manager for the DD program for symmetry care.
Oh, cool.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I do to pay the bills, and then off to the side, I kind of dabble in painting
Find
and
your
design.
sanity with your artwork.
Right.
Right, I know. So, that's cool that you've lived here forever. How old are you, if you don't
Yes,
mind my
yeah.
asking?
31.
Now, see, I wouldn't have thought that. I thought you were like
I know. No,
20
a
something.
lot of people don't.
And it's true. The older
Yeah.
you get, the younger everybody else looks. I turn 60 next year. So,
Oh, you don't look
yeah,
60, so
good genes, right? So,
yep.
so I guess the first question I got is what led you to be the artist you are today? And you have told me it's a little bit of background, but what put you into
Right.
this, like what you've done behind me, your gouache, surrealistic type stuff?
Gouache
That's
painting.
just super amazing. Is that gouache?
Right. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super cool.
I tried branching out to like soft pastels with this one. I'm not sure I like the medium, but I did try it. So wow, what led me to be an artist that I am today? I guess uh I've always liked narrative um pieces. So like way back when I was looking at college, I wanted to do sequential art, like storyboard, maybe like book illustrations and stuff like that, but it was horrendously expensive. So I was like, I will just do it myself.
Right. I don't
And
know much
then
about it. It just no, it's pretty. There's a lot.
yeah, and like I guess it stems from comic books as well. I really like comic books. So I thought about, okay, I'll just be a comic book artist. And it turns out you don't make a lot of money being a comic book artist either. So,
Sorry for the dog
I
barking.
didn't, oh, don't worry about it. Uh, so I just decided, okay, I'll just make art as like a hobby and pay the bills with something else. Um, so I guess it was 2017, 2018 that I started doing actual commission work for character design, and most of it had to do with Dungeons and Dragons. People would come to me and ask, like, "Hey, could you make character art for my character?" And I was like, "Sure." So I started doing that, and then I started doing book covers.
Oh wow.
And then yeah, so I did, well, first I did a video game art, and then comic or book illustrations and stuff like that. So I kind of dabbled in a lot of different things. And then one of the other bigger ones is logo design. A lot of
Oh
people like
yeah.
want to do like brands and stuff, so I started doing that just to make money on the side. And then that's kind of where I'm at with my artwork is kind of very much like character centered, but also like it talks it. I kind of want to make it tell a story too at the same time with the way that they look, and then um like I guess animal companions kind of.
Like, women and animals tend to be a really popular thing. So, is
Yeah.
that kind of what you're into right now then? Um,
Yeah, like the I guess it's mostly Japanese
uh,
folklore I
yeah, I
kind
was
of
going to say Japanese
bring
is
from.
a strong influence there. Yeah. Do you do like anime
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything like that? I guess what they call it,
Oh yeah.
manga, anime, stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
when I was young, sure.
Yeah. My middle child is really into Naruto, and there was manga everywhere. She was really into that
Right,
too.
yes, yeah.
So,
Yeah, 90s
um,
stuff.
right, yeah. Um, do you what's your preferred techniques? You said you were trying some watercolor pastel, you said, or oil pastel.
Just past it was just like the soft chalky pastels that I was trying. I don't know if I experiment a lot, so it's very difficult to just nail down like uh just preferred technique.
Hmm.
Um so I kind of dabble back and forth between digital and traditional. Digital because a lot of the stuff that I did for character design happened to be digital, and a lot of brand work I did was digital. But I really wanted to go back to traditional, so I kind of flip-flop back and forth between those two things, So um, I guess
There's so much
gouache
to
is
play
really,
with. It's hard to not
yeah,
know where to go.
right.
I'm still
Um,
dabbling too. I haven't even made it. I have a pile of acrylic inks I haven't even touched yet. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm excited
Well,
about that one.
so like I started with like acrylic, uh, just actual acrylic paints. Um, that's really where I started in like pencil. And then I hated watercolor. I went back to watercolor. I thought it was all right. Um, and then I was like, ooh, gouache is kind of like watercolor, kind of like acrylic paint. Maybe I could try and like figure it out. But then I'm using gouache more like I use it with watercolor. So I'm trying to learn how to actually use the medium correctly.
Yeah.
Um, it's very hard because it's very different. It's its own thing because it's kind of like watercolor but very opaque,
Yes.
um, which I like.
Yeah.
But I really like a lot of line work, and a lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now doesn't do line work, so it feels very backwards
Oh
to me.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, so and a lot of the times what I'll do is marry the two. So I'll do a digital, but then bring it into to traditional. So I'll take a painting that I did digitally, print it, then finish it in traditional medium. So it becomes more like a mixed medium.
Oh, I like
I
that
actually
idea.
donated, yeah, I actually donated one to the library when they had uh their like silent auction, and I did one of a fish. I got it printed on canvas, and then I finished it with actual paints. Um, and it's sitting in someone's bathroom, and they're very proud of it. And
Hey,
I,
that counts.
I,
That counts.
yeah, yeah, they
You have a
love that
collector.
that
Yay.
piece. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'm glad you like it.
Right. So you're still searching for your style and your voice then. Like the one I to me that marrying of digital and finishing it with your gouache sounds like a very unique style that people would be able to
Yeah,
say, yeah, that's a Charlie piece versus
yeah, yeah.
somebody else.
I
So
really like trying to do weird stuff and like mixed medium. I'm trying to push mixed media a little bit more because while I like gouache, I kind of want to like, what else can I do?
right. Do you have a couple sneakies that we can see real quick that you might be bringing to the show?
Um, yes. So this is actually the first gouache painting I ever did. Is this one? You see that one?
Oh, I love that one. That's
Yeah.
my other favorite. That's stunning.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's called Finding the Beginning, which is hilarious that I named it that because this is the first. like
That's pretty cool though. Yeah,
painting.
I like it. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I bet
I was
that
just,
one flies off the wall.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else we got here. I just lost my picture. Well, you kind of talked about already about how art plays a role in your life. Do you find it therapeutic, or do you find it more like you have
Ooh.
a like a determinative purpose where you're just drilled into getting that perfect piece or that $10,000
Uh,
sale or something like that?
it's kind of both. So I flip-flop. I have been really trying, like, struggling to keep with doing any sort of creative work. Like the first one I just did was in 2023. So I work very slow when the mood strikes. Um, because I find myself stalling out and then doing something else, then coming back to it and stuff like that. So I'm like, I think I should try and be a little bit more serious about the artwork that I'm doing and like actually, you know, focus in on that. Because usually what I'll end up doing um, is that I do a lot of my work focuses on like emotion and seeing it. And usually when I paint it, it's probably because it's a reflection of what I'm going through in the moment. So it's kind of right now more of a therapeutic thing rather than just I'm gonna paint it so I can sell it. It's more like
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint because I'm overwhelmed with something happening going on, and then that makes these artworks very personal. So a lot of the times I hoard them
Yeah,
because
that
they
makes
feel very much they're very intimate to me. So it's kind of like, do I want to let this one go? Because this is me in this painting.
right, right. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
understand that happening because art therapy is a very up and coming. Well, actually, it's probably more popular now than it ever has been.
yeah,
And you
yeah, and
working in cemetery care, it's probably something that some of your clients might want to start doing. So that might can I
yeah.
don't know if that was something you could offer to your clients or if you work with them one on one. I
So
know Tim works there, and I don't and
yes,
he kind of does some of that too. So and
yeah,
my it's well, my middle child, she took some art therapy, and I went with her a few times when she was a teenager, and it really helped us connect a little bit better. So I really
yeah.
like
Which is
that
it's kind of
art being
yeah,
therapy because
yeah.
okay then. So do you see your art going that direction in the future, or do you have, or you haven't even thought about that yet, as far as the next year or two, or what you want to do with
Um,
it?
I mean, I think I've always wanted to, since I was like a kid doing anything like I'm gonna be an artist or I'm gonna be an author, and then oh, this doesn't make a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah, unfortunately.
Dang.
It probably does now. You just have to find the right niche or whatever
Right.
that
And
word that they sell you to find your
yeah.
people, you know.
Well, and the biggest thing for me is being on like an online presence, and putting yourself out there and like, being on Instagram, having a website, getting a Twitter. And I did do that and I found I was gaining a lot of traction in becoming what you would call a serious artist and getting a lot of clients and getting more and more work. But I found myself getting super burned out, like hardcore to the point where I couldn't even look or paint for at least 2 years after that.
Oh, oh, that's sad. I'm
And
sorry.
yeah, well, and um, a lot of people started like, so I did T-shirts for a while too, uh, with Dungeons and Dragons, and people were stealing my artwork and reselling it, so that was really disheartening. And
Yes.
then, and then I got into a contract that I shouldn't have gone into because I was younger and didn't understand what it was that I was signing. And it just turned out to be horrendous. It was also like a t-shirt design thing that they were going to print and stuff. And there was a whole miscommunication. And being younger, I didn't know how to say no. So it was terrible. So I did
Oh,
get out of that contract. But then I was like, you know what? I don't think any of this is worth it. If this is what this is, I don't really want to do it anymore because like I want to just enjoy my art. So it felt like getting into this rat race to just put out as much content as possible. And I don't like doing that. Obviously, I like taking patience and steps into my artwork rather than just like, how much art can I make? Not that it's bad. I just know that that's not for me.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you found your stride, so to say. And it's good that you
Yeah,
found it at a
yeah,
younger age than some of us that are skittering on the other end of, retirement is like right there. And I have to do this much
right,
stuff in this much time, so I get it.
right,
So I'm
right.
glad you found your thing. So that's pretty awesome. So,
Yeah.
and that being said, do you believe art can change the world? And how are you following that belief if you do believe that? One of the final questions I
Um,
have.
I think that's a huge question, and I think I would go back to something a little bit more like smaller, and that I'm more interested in changing how a person feels. Because I think if you're gonna change the world, I think you should back it down to a couple steps and go to the individual first. And
That
then,
makes sense. Yeah.
maybe your art does, change a person's life, and they go off and, change another person's life, or they think about something that they haven't thought about before, or, a lot of my works that I think that I'm really trying to strive for is to show, you know, emotion, um, and kind of convey that and let people sit in it rather than just, all right, that's cool, and move on.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things that I had a really hard time with even now is naming artworks. I hate naming artworks purely because I think it skews a person's perception of the artwork.
Oh, yeah.
I just want people,
That's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah.
yeah, I just want somebody to look at it and they come to their own conclusion of what it means and the
Mhm.
title. Because if you do a title and it says, you know, atrophy or something, then they go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, I don't want you to have it make sense because of the title. I want you to look at it and have it make sense to you. So, um,
That's
I
cool.
guess in a way, yes, I think it can change the world in like
But
a
starting
smaller
smaller.
way.
Yeah. There
Hmm.
is an
Yeah.
artist, I can't think of the name right now, but it was all Untitled One, Untitled Two, or a
Yeah.
series, yeah, and I think that's cool because they want the viewer to make the decision about what they're seeing. And I think
Yeah.
there was another thing I saw on Instagram a couple of days ago about someone painting, and she was saying it was very poetic. There's no way, I don't think I can reproduce that, but it was kind of like what you're saying, putting your
Hmm.
emotions into a visual form. And I
Yeah.
really like that because I haven't made anybody else cry with my painting, but I made myself cry a couple times when I was first learning because I'm like, oh my God, I actually did that. And I
Hmm.
just like, and the gratitude that just overflew, just came over me was just like, yes, this is what I was meant to do, and you just,
Right.
and then you get over your day. But it'd be fun to make someone else cry, and then they buy it, not in
Right.
a not
Right.
in a vicious
Either
way. You know what
tears
I'm
of
saying?
joy or,
Yeah, that visceral effect of like, wow, this is really speaking to me. So
yeah.
your fish
Yeah.
must do that every time that people go to the bathroom.
I guess. Yeah. Everybody comments. She says everybody comments on that fish when they come out of the bathroom. I'm like, good.
I don't know why bathrooms are such a water based, but I guess because that's where people go to take a bath and take a shower.
Yeah.
And
Oceany.
yeah, my
Yeah.
mom, when I was a kid, one of my neighbor friend's mom, their bathroom was all seahorses, shells, and I couldn't figure that one out until it took me a while
Right.
to figure it out. So, all righty then. Well, we're almost out of time, but you have any
Okay.
questions for me about the show? Anything we can should be fun. We've got lots of
Yeah.
entertainment. I've got three different sets of entertainment. I got a harp, I got a hammer, dulcimer, guitar, and then I think a guitar and a mandolin.
Ooh,
So
that's
we have
cool.
lots of food, and um, beverages, and I think everybody's going to have a good time. So
Yeah,
I hope everybody walks out with a piece of your art.
that would be cool.
So, all
And
right,
where is it again?
Ivy Stone. It's right next to the Mexican restaurant. So,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and we'll be setting up Friday. You're welcome to bring your stuff in then, and you'll
Okay.
have a 4 by 8 foot sheet of plywood that's all paint. We've been painting everything white, so
That's
I
cool.
think it's going to look nice. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited. And
That's
the
cool.
goal is also next May to do another one in the spring, and being able to give a couple of hefty scholarships to a Crane kid and a Burns kid, and any
That'd
other
be
kind of
cool.
thing we could
Yeah.
do. So spread the word, and I'll get this posted up this afternoon, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. If you have any
All right,
questions,
cool.
just reach out. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Charlie. I appreciate it. See you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.